I feel that information is empowering, and people can decide how much information they want, but if they don't know where to go to get credible information, how can they be empowered? How can you make good decisions about your health care if you're not getting all the information you need? I was diagnosed with breast cancer at 33. I was healthy, I didn't have a family history of breast cancer, and the mammogram found microcalcification. And so at that point it led to a biopsy, which led to another biopsy, which led to a lumpectomy, and before I knew it, I was diagnosed with what was considered early stage breast cancer. And so I opted for what I considered the more aggressive treatment, which was mastectomy, and at that point my healthcare team actually said the words, "You're cured." About 9 months after my surgery, I felt so grateful. I had dodged a bullet. I was getting a fitting at a mastectomy boutique, and they had a book of articles, and I'm flipping through the articles while I'm waiting for my fitting, and here's an article about hereditary cancer. And it was talking about the red flags of a hereditary syndrome, and then it's saying how these gene mutations are more common in people of certain backgrounds, including Ashkenazi Jewish. And then the last thing is what stopped me cold, because it was talking about the breast-ovarian cancer link. And that was the final piece, because my paternal grandmother, my father's mother, had died young, and I had always known this, of kidney cancer. And I figured it would be really easy to mistake advanced ovarian cancer for kidney cancer. So I'm reading this article, and I have basically all the red flags there. And I realized, this is me. And then one other thing happened that really turned my world upside down, and that was I was in the shower, and I found a lump in my armpit. And my cancer, which was supposed to be cured, had recurred. At 35, I decided to give up my dream of having another child and have my ovaries removed and my tubes and actually my uterus. There weren't any women making these types of decisions as far as removing their ovaries prophylactically, healthy organs to prevent cancer. But I felt like my cancer was caught so early, and yet it still came back. I went back into the environment where I developed cancer, and I was terrified. And I spent 24/7 on the internet, and got a computer, started surfing websites, support websites. And that's when I started meeting other women who had BRCA mutations, and that's where I got the idea that we needed to organize, that we needed a support organization initially, and then potentially grow it into something to advocate for awareness, resources, and better research. For women who were dealing with risk of cancer, who didn't have a diagnosis, to have a place to go to get support. And really it was for that community that I felt F.O.R.C.E was the first safe haven. I think that as genetic research continues, we're going to find that there's a much wider spectrum of people who are at very high risk. And we have the experience and the resources to start really being able to help them sort through their options and make good decisions based on credible information. It has always been a core mission for me to make sure that F.O.R.C.E is a safe environment for survivors, for previvors, for anybody who wants to know if the cancer in their family is hereditary, and a safe place where people can explore issues like, should I remove healthy organs? I believe that even making the world better for one person is doing a lot. To reach out to one person, to answer the phone, to be on the message boards and answer someone who's posted who I can tell feels very alone, and know that I have these resources that I can give them, it's a great gift.